All right, gents. Let's make this a fair competition. That means no ear biting, dreadlock pulling, clothes stripping, testicle kicking, or head shaving. Each game that you're about to pick and debate will include lines against the spread and over-under totals from PointsBet. You must pick each game. You can select who you believe will cover the spread or the over-under totals for each contest. Each pick you get correct, that'll be worth 1 win. Each pick you choose incorrect, that's a loss. You must each use 1 skip, which is worth 0, or 0 wins, 0 losses, just 0, goose egg. And 1 lock, which is worth 2 wins, 2 losses. At the end of every week, the wins and losses will be added to the previous total. At the conclusion of the season, the winner will be honored recipient of the Chris Collinsworth Now Here's a Guy award. Now here comes my favorite part, and you at home, come on, say it with me. Let's get ready to gamble.
Yes.
Love the intro.
What a throwback. We haven't played that in a while.
Love you, Jimbo.
We need to put that every time, though.
Yeah, we should. It is good to be back with the NFL season. Even though it's week 2.
We're officially back. Yeah. Last week was a test run.
All the way back.
That's
We're
right.
all the way back. Football's all the way back.
That's right. And
And football's all the way back because Washington is at 4th and 30.
are they really?
Yeah.
Last
no, it's
Spoiler alert. We're not even there yet.
Wait, yeah, last I saw, so we're all streaming the game right now, and Man Michigan Hat is like a whole year ahead of Richie and I right now. So
yeah. I'm in the 3rd quarter right now.
4th and
great.
30. I see 4th and 10 right now.
Yeah, it's 4th and 10. It wasn't a 2nd or 3rd and 22, and they just lost yards. Must have missed it down.
You
All right.
definitely did. Anyway, welcome to the show. Football's back. We're watching the Giants Washington football team football game here on Thursday Night Football.
And we're talking college football.
And we're going to start with college football. That's right. So don't forget, all of these picks, you can bet along with us. These are all of our numbers we're going to be talking about are found on PointsBet, who is our official sponsor. Use our promo code FRUSTRATE, FRUSTRATE, when you sign up for our deposit match anywhere from 50 to 250. Yeah, so that's a great deal. They really are awesome. We love using PointsBet. We always joke that PointsBet's great because they make us lose a lot of money, which sounds negative, but that means that they do their job. They do a good job. It's a fun betting experience, even if you lose your money. It's a ringing endorsement.
They do have insurance things now. I feel like I've been seeing all these insurance plays. So if you bet a 14 parlay, you get your money back even if you lose. So you get to try again. So it's perfect. So you actually won't lose unless you lose the second time. So then that's a loss. But the first time,
It's fair.
it's free. It's on us. So
Yeah. So
True.
sign up there. It's currently valid in Illinois, Iowa, and New Jersey, and it is void where prohibited. You must be 21 or older. And if you have a gambling problem or somebody accuses you of having a gambling problem, or if you need to test out your new phone and see if it'll call a phone number, you can call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services.
awesome.
Yes, sir.
So we're starting with college football. What are we doing anything differently this year, Richie, with how we're sharing our information than we did last year?
So this year I just figured it'd be a little bit shorter, a little concise. We'll talk about our team, Notre Dame, and then your team, Michigan, a little preview for that. Then we'll go over our card for the weekend. Well, week, because it starts today usually, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Maybe if you want to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we're going to have our locks. We won't say it, but you must sign up, or you can sign up if you want, to our email, and we'll send them to you every Friday, and you get to parlay them, and you get to win with us. So those are our locks. And what do we call it again?
We called it
sexy Scorecast.
the sexy
Selection?
Scorecast selections.
There we go.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
definitely want to make sure you don't miss that, because I think we all come from different places in our terms of our gambling expertise, but I think we all have good ideas on what our locks are. So you
Yeah.
definitely do not want to miss those.
Because we're never wrong.
So where do they need to sign up, Reggie?
So if you go to shootyourshotsports.com and just enter your email, you'll be entered.
What? That sounds like super easy.
I know, right? Shootyourshotsports.
Sounds like something I could do like right now.
I know, right? Link down below. Or click here, or here, or up here.
Flawless.
Very nice. Well, I can go ahead and run through some of my college picks if you want.
Should we start off with Notre Dame Purdue first? Let's preview that, and then
Let's do it. And
Yeah.
if any of us have picks on that, that's when we'll give them.
yeah, I have my pick at the end too. So, want to start with Notre
Purdue.
Dame, Kyle, or pretty
What's
sure
that?
Who the fuck's Kyle?
I don't know.
Who?
Purdue at Notre Dame is the battle of two Indiana teams that have a lot of gold in their team's colors. One
Wait.
is
Do they?
oh
I
yeah.
didn't know Purdue had any. I thought it was like white.
One team is an offensive miniature Irish character. The other makes boilers for trains, which is basically an obsolete item. So whatever. These are the two schools we have facing off, and we have Notre Dame -7, and the over-under is 58. Notre Dame is coming off two very close games against bad teams. They really need this one to be a blowout if they want to be moving up in the rankings. They're currently ranked 12th. I don't know much about Purdue, what they're doing. I just know that they're not really ever a good team for the Big Ten.
I don't know much about them except they always
I got
suck.
something to know about them, so don't worry.
I
Whenever
mean,
you're
that's
going-
fair.
So in for me, I would Jack Cohn has looked good. I didn't really even watch the Notre Dame game last week because it was on Peacock, and I don't have that channel, and I didn't feel like paying for it just to watch that game. So
Paying for the cock.
Jack Cohn, I think he'll be. I'm hoping he'll have a bounce back week. I'm hoping he'll have a performance similar to the one he had against Florida State, where he had like 4 touchdowns, 360 some yards. And I think he's very capable of that. For me personally, I have Notre Dame covering the -7, but I think, let me double check, just make sure I don't misspeak here. But yeah, I'm going with the under.
Ooh.
I'm going
Okay.
with the
Spicy.
under. Yeah.
So I did some research on Purdue. They're actually 17th in pass attempts in the country with 39. They're without the starting quarterback, Xander Horvath. Don't know who the fuck he is. But without him, they actually have a good backup. So with that, I kind of want to bet the over since they're 17 in the pass attempts in the country. So I'm taking the over 58 point. Well, I got it 58.5, but it might go up and down. I'm not sure.
Disagreement within the ranks.
Oh man, right off
Yeah.
the bat.
I know, right?
Holy crap.
But also, Notre Dame, their O-line struggles. The Irish, they allowed 6 sacks last game. They're ranked 110th in rush offense. Plus, I don't know who they're going to use. They're going to use Buckner or Cohen. I have no fucking clue. So, I like Cohen. Buckner, he's all right. Touchdown Giants, right? Is that what happened?
Oh,
Wait a
it's called
second.
back.
Daniel Jones can run the length of the field without tripping.
Daniel
That's a
Jones
first.
just ran for like a 99-yard touchdown. But it's
Sheesh.
called back.
Is it a holding call?
Yeah, it is.
Could you imagine?
Sheesh.
Well, thanks for nothing, Giants offensive lineman or whoever it was that held
I
him.
mean, that's been said quite a bit. That was a receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got them covering and you've got the
I got the over.
under.
He's-
Richie
I
has
have
them
the under,
covering
yeah.
and has the over.
Yeah.
But you both have Notre Dame, right?
I don't
Yes.
have anything on. I don't
Oh,
think they
okay.
cover any. I don't know. Last week I was pretty disappointed they didn't cover, so I'm just worried about them covering at
It was
all
a big
now.
number last week, and it was ended up being way closer of a game it should have been. But I think only 7. I think Notre Dame is going to face. I think all of them, the players, the coaches, everybody knows that if they want to be taken seriously this year, they have to blow out one of these easy opponents before they play these more ranked opponents, which they start next week against Wisconsin. So I think that I really think they're going to be airing it out and going crazy on the offense. So
Going crazy.
going crazy.
That's
I agree.
interesting.
Like, I think so. I'm not doing anything on the over under. I think that if you're a good team that has had a couple close call games, this is like a get right game. You know, like a time when a good team would I had to put on the
Nice.
sunglasses. Like, this is a game when a good team would bounce back, have a big moral victory. The only problem is I don't know if Notre Dame's a good team. Like, just being completely honest. Like,
Yeah.
it's easy to overreact to 2 games. Logically, I think what's going to happen is they come out and they cover big and they win by like 4 touchdowns. So everyone is going to look back and say, this was too obvious of a number. Purdue stinks. Why did I not take 7? There's that part of me and my gut that makes me nervous after I've already been burned betting them once and then saw a really close game. So I'm going to stay away from it. But if I had to bet, I'd take Notre Dame to cover. I don't feel confidently about the over under either way. But
It's a connect the dots game. I feel like week 3 is usually like, are they really
Yeah.
good or not? You know, like after like the first 2 games, and the first game was like weird because it's FSU. Like
mhm.
that was a
On
big
Bobby
news to me.
Bowden night.
Yeah,
There-
in
I
theory,
don't think-
water should find its level, and like you should regress to the mean at some point. So if you're at least a above average team, like this is a game you should win by a lot, just to kind of offset what's been happening. So I don't know.
I gotta say, when you look at the college football landscape, I definitely don't think Notre Dame, unless they turn things around this week, I really don't think Notre Dame is a serious playoff contender. But when you look at the rest, I mean, Clemson lost, Ohio State lost. Fortunately for them, both of their losses came against ranked opponents, both fairly highly ranked. So if they can be impressive the rest of the year, they'll probably be locks for the playoffs. But I mean, at this point, going into week 3, I mean, I would say the only lock for your college football playoff is Alabama, maybe Oklahoma, but I mean, that's it.
Well, Alabama might be in a tough game with Florida, and they
Yeah.
still play Georgia, who I think Georgia, this might be the year they get them. So I don't know. It's going to be wild. I think this is a year we have multiple teams with one loss.
Georgia
in
would
the
be the other
playoffs.
lock.
Georgia
That's
looks
right.
great, by the
Yeah,
way.
Yeah, Georgia's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Michigan's already going to take one of those spots, so that's one less spot you have.
Oh
So.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking of-
Michigan, what are your thoughts on
Yep.
the Michigan game?
Michigan is going to dog walk
North
NIU.
Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that so Michigan. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm still not sipping the Kool-Aid to the point where I think we're going to beat Ohio State and stuff. But I think my
Really?
my
You were
view.
after last week?
No, I don't think so. It's impossible. So my view has changed though to where I think we're at least better than I thought coming into the year, and I think we're better than a lot of these teams that seemed like toss-ups. I mean, even if I thought they were bad, I would have picked them to win this game. We could be 0-2 right now, and I would pick us to win this game. But because they've shown an ability to run the ball, a good defense, I think this is a game you cover by a lot, especially because Michigan has had some criticism this past week because they only passed for like 45 yards in the last game. So even though you ran for 350, there's still that itch, and the fan base wants to see the passing game. And I think that the coaching staff's going to look at this as this is a week to work on our passing game because that was lacking last week. So I think this is a game that Michigan opens up the passing game, has a lot of success early, empties the bench. There's a fear of a backdoor cover, but I think the defense is solid enough. Even with the backups, I think Michigan covers this by halftime and just holds on to the lead.
Look,
So-
NIU, they're an FCS team, am I right?
Yes.
Yep.
Division 2. NIU, I know like a lot of people who are like technically fans of theirs or
They went to school
went
there.
Yeah, went to school. Did you
Yeah.
go to school there?
Nope.
Oh,
But I
but
know
I know a
people
lot of
too
people
as
that
well.
went. Yeah.
Same.
But yeah, I mean, people love NIU football, but I don't think anybody ever expects NIU to like beat a Division 1 school. So
No.
Like Michigan.
Right, exactly. So I
No,
would
like Michigan fans expect. We love Michigan. We don't expect we'll beat a Division I school.
But could you imagine the upset? Oh my God, the horror.
Oh, I can't imagine because it's happened.
Do you want to tell us more about that?
Nope.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I also have Michigan covering.
Yeah, I'll go Michigan too.
You guys
Love
betting
that
it too, or that's just your lean?
Oh,
I can't
have
bet it.
money on it.
Yes.
Boy.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah.
But if I were to bet it, if I go to Indiana, I would put money on Michigan.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool. And
All
yeah,
right.
no lean on the over under. I don't like betting that unless the number really stands out. So.
Rich, you want me to put my scary Terry money on on Michigan covering for you?
What's the line? 22 or something? Double digits?
27.5.
Whoa. I was close.
Change your answer.
I'm like 22. Dang. Well, it's only 5 more points.
What's the line? -57.
Blow them out.
I'd like to change my answer.
So now, are we going to kind of run through some of our other picks here, or what?
Yeah. Whatever you have. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other picks.
So
You guys can
okay.
go.
I'm really behind because we're trying to keep score again, and I did a horrible job keeping score the past couple of weeks. So I put in a lot of stuff for this week. That was probably foolish of me, but whatever. We all live with our decisions. I've got Maryland -7, and I've also got Maryland, Illinois under 61.5.
Love that.
Thank you. I've got
I could
Texas.
bet it. But I can't even bet it. Like the games that won. Sorry.
I got Texas A&M -29.5. That's a big number, but A&M is good and they're playing a nobody. I don't remember who, but it doesn't matter. Pitt -15, Oklahoma -22.5. I have Oklahoma over 62. I've got Michigan -27.5. Said that. Cincinnati -4. I've got the Cincinnati under 49.5, which I think is interesting with college football because there's a lot of scoring usually, but Cincy is more of a defensive minded team from my understanding.
Yep.
I've got Iowa -23, Clemson -28, and Ohio State -24.5. And then I've got Clemson over 52. And then my lock is something you're going to have to wait for.
There you go.
I feel very convinced about my lock.
We should talk about our locks,
really
by the
like
way,
your
like
lock.
after this, so we don't have the same lock. I just realized that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. If it's talked about after the show and then sent out to the
Yeah.
subscribers, we'll have time to plan it. But yeah, I already know what mine is too. So
Me too, yeah.
Is it the same as mine?
nope.
Watch, we all have the same
But I do
one.
like yours.
Thank
but
you.
part of being a team here is even if I hated yours, I would still bet a 3-leg parlay of our picks
Thank you.
because that's what champions
Appreciate
do.
you. Yeah.
That's what a team does. We ride the
Play like a champion today.
What do the rest of your
Yeah.
cards look like?
You go,
Oh,
Richie.
I'll go first.
Did-
All right, next, whatever. I
You
got
go,
Oklahoma -22. I got Miami -6, Cincy -4. Like I said earlier, Notre Dame, Purdue over 58.5. Coastal Carolina and Buffalo over 58. I have Penn State -6, and then my lock.
Ooh. Are they favored by 6 now against Auburn?
Yeah, I'm like, I think that's pretty easy.
Oh.
Are you again?
I mean,
Auburn covering.
I don't trust Bo Nix though. I think Penn State wins, but 6.
I hate Bo Nix too.
Bo Nix sucks.
Yeah,
But so does Sean Clifford with for Penn
Don't
State.
bet the under. I might just bet
It's
the under
really
too,
hard to
that
play
too.
though in Penn State in a whiteout primetime game. That's a tough place to play.
Remember in middle
especially
school?
first year with fans back.
Remember in middle school and you'd get Bonix at the worst time.
I do. Surprise Bo Nix.
Randomly pop up out of nowhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna run through my slate real quick. I already said Michigan -27.5. Got Maryland -7-2. Miami -6. I know Michigan State's been the hot pick. At one point when the season started, Miami was favored by like 20 something and a half. So this feels like an example of people overreacting to the first two games.
Mhm.
Miami lost to Alabama. And
They're the best
can you
team.
really Can you really blame them for that?
Right.
And Michigan State hasn't played anybody. So I know they've looked good, but I'm going to just take Miami. I think it's an overreaction line. Clemson minus 28. I think they cover easily because they've lost a game and they don't play any other ranked teams that are currently ranked this year.
Yep.
So I think they have an internal understanding that they have to blow teams out to stay relevant.
And Georgia Tech's not.
And Georgia Tech
Good.
sucks. So yeah, I think Clemson minus 28. If it was 28.5, that extra number would be more concerning, but I feel comfortable with 4 touchdowns as a push, worst case. And that is all of my picks. I have a bunch of other notes here.
I see. I see more written on your chart.
Yeah, these are maybe this will go out with the newsletter. A lot of these are my locks. So
Okay.
You have a lot of locks, huh?
I do have a lot of locks.
A lot of very beautiful wavy locks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Luscious locks. Ooh, the luscious locks
So,
of the week.
Something good to grab onto.
Love that.
So my lock,
Pull it.
it might be one of those picks I just listed, but there's a couple other ones I'm still considering. So I'll include my lock on the newsletter with you guys. So I don't know yet which one it's going to be, but
Very nice.